What's going down? Will Freeman, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com, talking to you today about how to stop pissing away your potential, okay? And I'm telling you that you have potential because you're watching this video. If you didn't have potential, you'd be watching sports ball or cat videos or celebrity videos or wasting time. 99% of people don't have potential, okay? In my opinion, 1% of people are born to lead, and that's the way that God wanted things to be, okay? But when you are part of that 1%, and I believe that is from birth, you have an impulse to aspire for higher. You know, you hated sitting in school, you hate working a job, you hate someone telling you what to do. All that means that you have potential and you are built to be a leader, okay? The world needs leaders and followers. The world needs generals and soldiers. And I do believe that it is inborn characteristic. And it is a strong drive that can't be beaten out of you. Couldn't beat it. My mom couldn't beat it out of me. School couldn't beat it out of me. I never bought into the job thing, and it's basically a giant kick from behind. And if you're not fulfilling that potential, you're not going to feel good. Okay, Dan Pena says man's greatest burden is unfulfilled potential. He probably stole that from somewhere, and it's true. But only to guys who have potential. For guys who don't have potential, they don't give a shit. They're happy for a job that's not too demanding, and then they can go see their girlfriend and drink beer and eat pizza on the weekend. I worked with these guys. They do not want to be a boss. They do not want to aspire for higher. They don't think they deserve higher. They're not concerned with leadership, and because they don't have that potential, okay? They don't have that inborn potential, in my opinion. The good thing about potential is you have a shot at the brass ring. You have a shot at the high levels of the game of life. The bad thing is, if you don't fulfill that potential or you're not making progress on fulfilling that potential, you're not going to be happy, okay? It's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to play a lot of defense, okay? You know, I was speaking about this with my friends. Some guys are just cruisy all the way through life, and they don't care all that much about money, and they're content at a minimum wage job, and you know, all these things, and I envy them to a degree, okay? But I can't do that. My friends can't do that because I'm going to know that I have all this potential inside of me and I'm not reaching that, and I know that I can do better, and I have that drive to do better, and that's how I'm built, and I've accepted that. I've accepted I'm an obsessive, okay? To be obsessed or be average. So if that applies to you, okay, and believe me, I'm just like pacing your reality. If you're shaking your head yes right now, that applies to you. You know, if it doesn't, you're probably not watching this video. If you don't have potential, you're not watching self-improvement stuff. Okay? Problem is, most people are pissing away their potential, and here's why. They think they're doing 100%, they're actually doing 40%. Most guys are giving 10%. Okay? Here's what 100% would look like on your business. It would basically be about 16 hours a day of focused work. That's 100%, 16 or 17 hours. So you get 5 hours of sleep. The rest of it is a little bit of exercise, clean eating, you know, smallest commute possible, 16 hours a day. You know, guys on Wall Street in the 90s when, you know, it was that boiler room culture like the Jordan Belforts, those guys would come into the game and they'd be doing 600 cold calls a day, and they weren't even the brokers. They were just passing those off to the brokers. 600 cold calls a day. I had a job where I did 400 cold calls a day. For a brief period of time, but for most of my sales career, I was doing 100 calls a day, 2 to 3 hours talk time. Grant Cardone has his guys on 7 to 8 hours of talk time a day. If you haven't been in sales, you don't know how tiring it is to be on the phone selling for even like 1 or 2 hours. 7 to 8 hours is barbaric, okay? But that's not even 100%. 100% would be like 10 hours talk time a day. But 16 hours a day on the phone selling, that's 100%. Okay, now I'm not telling you to do 100%. Okay, I'm just telling you to stop doing 10%. Because most of you are doing 10%. And when you feel like you're doing 100%, you're doing 40%. That's the Navy SEAL model. Okay, the Navy SEAL model is if you feel like you're giving 100%, you're giving 40%. All right, I want to get you up to like 40, 50% every day. Okay, that's what I do. Whether it's business, this business, content, the course I'm creating, coaching schedule, which is full, a bunch of defensive projects that I just spent the last couple months doing, as well as my other marketing and sales training business, which is going to be also, I'm going to be doing content for that, a course for that. I'm hopping on the phone for sales calls, responding to clients' WhatsApp messages when I'm not conversating with them. And then all the lifestyle stuff, this stuff to get the visas, the residencies, the tax plan legally, travel for renewing this, that, and the other, gym, all the chores, having that automated, trying to be A+ across health, wealth, relationships, lifestyles, mindset, trying to be a good friend, trying to be a good son, trying to be a good lover, so to speak, with my lady friends. I'm going hard across the board, man. But it's still like 40% on a business level. Okay, there were periods where I'm doing 100%. Like when I wrote my books, those were like 14-hour days, where it was just nonstop. A lot of it's editing. You might not realize that. I'll never write a book again, by the way. They're a nightmare. It's going to be courses, because I can get this stuff out so much faster. But in those brief periods I was doing 100%. There were a couple of years where I was probably doing 80%, where I was working in sales all day, and then I would come home and do RLD. I was also doing another business, 2 businesses actually. And, those were probably 14-hour days, or at least 12, and going hard at it too, So you have to think, like, how much do you want it? I think that, like, you should at least be doing 100% for brief periods of time. You should know what that feels like a 14-hour day. Like if you're like struggling to get going or whatever, it's like, dude, if you go in 14 hours focused work or whatever, that 3-month period, because you can't do that forever. That's a sprint. Okay. At the end of the day, this business success is a marathon. It's not about motivation, but it's about dedication and doing it every day, putting your 40 to 50% in, but a real 40 to 50%. But you should have periods where you know what 100% is like, where you can get, in 3 months, you can get a year's worth of work done in those 3 months. Okay? So that's the first step of stop pissing your potential away, is 1, like, recognize that you actually have potential. 2, you're not going to be happy if you don't start fulfilling it, if you're not making progress on fulfilling that. Just imagine this, okay? Progress equals happiness to someone who has potential. If you are not making progress, it is going to be difficult for you to be happy. You're going to have to be playing defense. You're going to have to do a lot of reframes. You're going to be trying to hang on to neutral or like a maintenance level state, because there is no neutral, and just make it harder for yourself. Okay? So those are the reality if you have potential. The third thing is you're not going hard enough. And I've seen this across the board with my friends. I've seen this with my clients where they think they're going hard. They think they're overwhelmed. They're not close to it. Okay? Because they've never, experienced those other levels. And look, I'm not saying I'm the hardest working person in the world. Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, guys in their 40s and 50s are probably outworking me. Now they have a lot more fun work. They're not actually doing the projects themselves. They're telling people to do it. But I don't want you to think I'm bragging here that I'm such a super hard worker or super successful. I'm just saying I know there are levels. I've experienced this with my friends. I've experienced this with my clients. I'm 99% sure that most people are not working hard enough if you want to fulfill your potential. And it's like a muscle. You have to keep pushing that every day and keep expanding into that. And the key is it's about dedication, not motivation. It doesn't matter if you want to do it. It's just getting done that day. Your 10 hours is getting in there. But it doesn't have to last forever, man. Like, the more success you get, the less hours you can work with. Like, I had one client where I put him on taking weekends off and getting him down to 8 hours a day because he's crushing it. And, he's earned it. He's earned a normal work week, right? And then you get to higher levels, you can do the Richard Branson thing where, he works 4 hours a day from his own private island. Now, I don't think you're going to have a private island, but he does 4 hours of work a day. The rest of the day he spends like windsurfing and stuff like that. I mean, that's the goal. I don't want to fucking do a ton of work forever, At the end of the day, there's still way too much I have to do that I don't like doing. What I want to do is be able to get it to where I'm doing 4 to 6 hours a day of purposeful work that I actually like. which is stuff like content creation, talking to my clients who I like, and focusing on fun expansion projects and just delegating everything that I hate. That's where I'm trying to go. Okay, so this isn't about work for the sake of work. It's about getting you to your potential, fulfilling that potential, maximizing that, and then you can slow the pace down a little bit. But when you're really far away from it, a lot of the time the move is just to go harder, to get deep into it, and recognize you're not going to be satisfied unless you feel like that potential is being fulfilled. And you'll be really happy when you start to see results on that, because you can do it. I don't have to tell you, like, if you have that drive in you, you have that potential in you, I don't need to tell you that it's there. You know it's there. You know it's there. And you know that you're not going hard enough. Okay? So we got to step it up. It's 2019. We got to step it up. I got to step it up too. I got to fight that battle every day. I got to go hard. And there's no, yesterday doesn't count for today. One thing that I recommend is something called a HabitShare app. So you can click off not just the Wunderlist, okay? Or I've moved to TickTick. Check out my book, How to Get Organized, to see my organizational system that I run on. revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products, okay, to pick that up. But you also want the HabitShare, okay? Now that's to see the streaks that you're on, to see like how much of that good stuff you're doing and how much of that bad stuff you're not doing, the junk food and all that stuff, okay? And like, look, every day is a battle, man. Every day I fail at something. Every day I fuck up one of those habits, okay? And if I get 8 days in a row where I do all the habits, great. Then I fuck something up the next day. Every day, every fucking day is a battle to aim for that potential that I know that I'm capable of. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that I'm not in the same struggle that you are. But I know that I know that I cannot talk myself out of this potential. Okay? And if I waste it, if I don't fulfill it, if I don't move forward, then I know that I'm not in God's plan for me. Okay? I know that I'm wasting the gifts that I have. And you're wasting the gifts that you have. How far could you go with this thing? Whatever you want to do, it's like, how far could you go if you really went hard? And how would you feel about that? I know you'd feel good. Okay? Whenever you fail yourself, you feel bad. Whenever you break promises to yourself, you feel bad. Whenever you commit to yourself, you feel good. Whenever you keep promises to yourself, you feel good. You feel pain in that moment, short-term pain, but in the long term, you feel self-esteem about that. So it's a trip. Usually the hard thing is the thing that you don't want to do, but it's the thing that you should be doing. And oftentimes the easy thing is the thing that gives you the short-term pleasure, but the long-term pain, like the pizza, Okay, so let's get it together, man. Let's get after it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen together, okay? Because I'm only 36, which is getting old in the world, but it's business young. I mean, Grant Cardone's 60. He's still going up in business. So I mean, that's where I'm trying to go by the time I'm 60, but still keeping it real in these messages, not selling out and selling some generic self-improvement bullshit that I fucking hate. I want to be able to keep it real this whole time, and pimp a hole in the stratosphere, so to speak. So man, let's do it. Let's get on it. Let's get serious. I'm talking to some clients, by the way. Okay, you know who you are. You're still not all the way in on that business, man. I know that you don't want to be working that job forever, dude. Okay? The income's already coming in. You already got the pitches out of the way. You gotta dive into the deep end there. Okay, don't let that job be an option forever. You know who I'm talking to. Time to stop pissing away that potential, man. All right? So let's get it done. Let's get motivated. But even more important, let's get dedicated, man. Let's be dedicated every day. Okay? Because that's the way to get that happiness when you have potential. You will not be happy if you're not getting after it. And it doesn't get easier until you're already tough. You know what I mean? It's like when you really need things to be easy, life is hard. When you've already got a lot of abundance and money and like, business is rolling, shit gets easier, but you didn't need it to be easy because you already got tough, man. So it doesn't work the way that you want it to. You just have to, if you're going through hell, you have to keep going and keep pressing and keep living that Groundhog Day, day after day, and even increase that workload, so you can get the self-esteem out of it. Okay, and I'm still talking about happiness, man. I'm still talking about happiness as the foundation of all this stuff. But the potential in fulfilling it will make it so much easier for you to be happy. You just have to press on to be able to see that, to be able to see the discipline and the self-esteem raise those baseline levels and start getting high off of achievement, more so than you get high off sort of a short-term pleasure. All right, so if you want help with that, man, if you want help on getting, moving forward, pushing through, kicking doors down this year, holler at your boy, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/coaching. Sign up to my peak performance coaching program or check out my products, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products. I recommend that How to Get Organized product. I moved from Wunderlist to TickTick, but man, if that's not the best thing that I sell, hands down, building that foundation, getting super organized, setting those goals, it's going to make you like a machine for getting things done. I couldn't survive and thrive with all the stuff that I've going on without that, organizational system. No way, no how. I would need 2 assistants. Okay, I'm going to have an assistant by the end of the year, but I'm still going to need that system because it's that valuable. So pick that up. But if you don't, man, just keep watching these videos, keep taking action, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Much love to you.